Welcome to Jambo Safari Media. You are watching Jambo News with me, Tracy Wamboy. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Second child dies from measles as Texas outbreak intensifies. Defiant U.S. officials stand firm on tariffs despite economic concerns. Top U.S. official accidentally adds journalist to sensitive military chat. North Korea hosts first international marathon in 6 years. U.S. cancels visas for South Sudan amid deportation disputes. A second child has tragically died from measles as a significant outbreak continues in western Texas. The latest victim is an 8-year-old girl who was unvaccinated and had no underlying health conditions. She passed away after suffering complications from the virus, marking a grim milestone in this outbreak that has now led to over 480 reported cases this year. Senator Bill Cassidy has called for clearer messaging on the importance of vaccinations, stressing that there is no treatment for measles and urging everyone to get vaccinated. Health officials emphasize the importance of vaccination, particularly against a high contagious disease like measles. UMC Health Systems' Aaron Davis highlighted the serious complications that can arise for unvaccinated individuals. This year, the U.S. has seen more than 600 measles cases, nearly tripling last year's total. The outbreak is linked to a religious community that has strongly resisted vaccinations. President Trump stated that while the outbreak is concerning, he believes it is largely contained. He suggested that if the situation worsens, stronger actions may be necessary. As health officials work to combat the outbreak, the focus remains on improving vaccination rates, especially in communities where hesitancy persists. The need for herd immunity is critical to protect those who cannot be vaccinated. President Trump and his advisors remain defiant in the face of market turmoil and growing international concern over recent tariffs. In a series of television interviews, President Trump and his economic team defended sweeping tariffs on imports, insisting they will remain in place despite significant market declines. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent downplayed fears of a recession, describing the current situation as an adjustment process. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to meet Trump for trade talks, highlighting the ongoing international implications of the tariffs. All three major U.S. stock indexes plunged over 5% on Friday, marking the worst week for the market since 2020. Concerns are growing, with J.P. Morgan predicting a 60% chance of a recession due to the tariffs. Trump dismissed concerns about the consumer pain threshold, asserting that sometimes, quote-unquote, you have to take medicine to fix something. He emphasized that countries are eager to negotiate and make deals with the U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick confirmed that the 10% baseline tariffs on all imports will remain in effect, with steeper tariffs on around 60 countries set to be implemented soon. Amidst the backdrop, anti-Trump protests erupted across the U.S., with hundreds of thousands participating in cities like Boston, Chicago, and New York. Protesters voiced their grievances over Trump's policies, including the recent tariffs. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer warned that the world, as we knew it, has gone, and emphasized the need for an economic deal that avoids escalating trade tensions. As the situation unfolds, the focus remains on how both domestic and international reactions will shape the future of U.S. trade policy. The coming days will be crucial in determining the next steps in this ongoing conflict. in regards to the significant security mishap that was revealed involving a top US official accidentally adding a journalist to a sensitive group chat about military operations, just got more updates. An international investigation has uncovered that US National Security Advisor Mike Waltz mistakenly added Atlantic editor Geoffrey Goldberg to a high-level signal chat meant for national security officials. This mix-up occurred while Waltz was trying to add a spokesman. In the aftermath, lawmakers have called for investigations into the chat's security and the use of signal by top officials. The Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Defense is also looking into Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth's use of the app. Sources revealed that Goldberg's phone number was saved in Waltz's contact under the name of National Security Spokesman Brian Hughes. This error led to Goldberg unintentionally joining conversations about sensitive military plans regarding strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. Goldberg shared that he initially thought the message request from Waltz was a hoax. Over several days, he observed conversations including high-ranking officials discussing the military strike, which occurred on March 14th. As this story develops, the implication of such security breaches raises serious questions. We'll keep you updated on the developments of this story. North Korea has successfully held the Pyongyang International Marathon for the first time in 6 years, inviting around 200 foreign runners to its capital. The Pyongyang International Marathon, which began in 1981, was last held in 2019 before the country closed its borders due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year's event welcomed participants from various countries, marking a significant return to international sporting events in North Korea. Korea Tours, a Beijing-based agency, offered marathon packages that included flights and accommodations. The agency highlighted the unique opportunity for tourists to engage with locals during this event. The marathon route featured notable landmarks including the Kim Sang Stadium and the Arc of Triumph. Participants had the unique experience of interacting with local spectators, many of whom cheered enthusiastically with gold-colored flags. Despite the excitement surrounding the event, there is no public available information on the race results. Runners had to enter North Korea as part of the organized tours, similar to pre-pandemic arrangements. This marathon signifies a notable step in North Korea's engagement with the outside world as it navigates the post-pandemic landscape. The U.S. has announced the immediate revocation of visas for all passport holders from South Sudan due to ongoing issues surrounding deportations. The decision to revoke visas comes in response to South Sudan's failure to accept the return of its citizens who have been deported from the United States. This action also included blocking any new arrivals from the country to U.S. ports of entry. It was emphasized that every country must accept its citizens when they are removed from another nation, highlighting the commitment to a robust immigration policy aimed at deporting unlawful migrants. This announcement comes amid rising fears that South Sudan may descend back into civil war. The U.S. recently ordered non-emergency staff to evacuate as regional violence threatens a fragile peace deal. South Sudan gained independence in 2011 but has faced internal conflict since 2013. Despite a power-sharing agreement in 2018, key elements remain unfulfilled, leading to continued violence. As the situation develops, the impact of these visa cancellations on the South Sudanese community in the U.S. remains to be seen, particularly for individuals who have overcome significant challenges to pursue their dreams. Thank you for joining us at Jambo News. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, remember, we're just a click away.